Hello, Foundits. Here we go. Welcome to Friday. We're going to get started. It's your buddy and pal, Los Castro. It's Friday. It's raining here in Portland, Oregon. But that's okay. We got you covered. We're going to play some rainy day music to start the show. Something nice and chill. You guys ready? Hello, one and all. Hello, Foundits. I see you there. I see Shirley, Algenia, the usual suspects. And guess what? Lisa is in the house. Hang on. Let me get her in here. Lisa, where are you at? Are you there? Lisa? Hello?
I'm here. I'm here.
You're there. There she is.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right. We've
I don't know if
got
you can
Liza
see me.
Maldonado in the house. Yes, and I'm excited.
Hi. Oh, I am all pixelated, huh?
A little
Oh
bit.
well. Oh well.
Let's see. While you
No,
talk to them, introduce yourself, folks. If you've seen. This is my sister from another. How do you call it? Sister from another mister.
I think that's what they say.
Yeah. They keep asking me, "Are you guys related? You guys kind of have the same energy?" And you know, um, when they say we all look alike, they all look alike me. So, yeah, we'd like to give a warm welcome to Lisa Maldonado, who's out in the East Coast, and I'm over in the West Coast in Portland, Oregon. We got a little bit of rain. How's the weather over there for you?
It's actually was a little bit dreary today, but the weather in general in Florida is still very nice. We are still warm during the days, and at night gets a little bit cooler. It's pleasant. I can't not complain at all. Other than the hurricane we had a few weeks ago, we can complain about that. But other than that, we're good.
Oh, wait. Back up. A hurricane. How bad
Yeah.
was it? I mean,
Ian came through. Ian? Is that? Oh my gosh. I shouldn't forget his name because he was very rude. Yeah, so hurricane came through just a few weeks ago. It was pretty serious. It dropped a lot of rain. In particular, particularly we just got hit with so much rain, and so it caused a lot of moisture, damage for a lot of people's houses. A lot of people did lose property. There was even some loss of life. So it was serious. I don't want to bring down this Friday. Thank goodness, like we're in a good place right now. But yeah, a few weeks ago was a little bit rough. But we're good. We're hanging in there. Everybody's recovering.
that's an authentic look. I knew it was serious, but I didn't know it was that serious. There were some casualties. We're very sorry for your loss.
Yeah, not, I mean, I'm not, nothing that nobody that I'm aware of in particular, but definitely some of the friends, some of my friends experienced loss of property. So, it's stuff, but it's stuff, stuff is stuff. We're all, we're all here, and
Stuff
that
is
is something
stuff.
to celebrate this Friday night.
Yeah, and we're very glad that nothing happened to you. Not that we're happy that something else happened to somebody else, but and
Oh,
mm,
oh,
we're going up. You're gonna
oh.
smile. Yeah.
It sounded like a oh.
Oh, yeah. Foodie has been upset, but she has your empathy. She has empathy for. She goes, oh, oh, but now she goes,
We're
oh,
okay. We're
you're
okay.
on here. Yeah, she loves you, and yeah, here we go. This is Fudia. She's been a little upset. She was a bad girl, so we put her in the corner. But now that she's got new frets, and as you heard tonight, she's sounding really happy, and she's maybe I need to change her name. She doesn't sound as angry. Fudia means the fury, of course, but doesn't sound as furious. And tonight, since you are holding down the fort, you've got the vocals handled. You know what? I'm gonna take the night off the singing, and I'm gonna be playing
I
some
don't know.
guitar.
We
In the
might have
mean,
to let some people decide a little bit around that, but I know what the people would say.
I don't know. I know what she has to say, and she says, "Let me out, coach. Let me off
Aw.
the bench." And
She's pretty. She sure is pretty.
oh, I think so too. Thanks for saying that. I love her. She's one of my little girls. She's my oldest of the little girls. She was born in back in
Oh,
93, 94, something like that.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
that's a
got the
nice
sticker to
history you
prove it.
got there.
She's a little old girl, but one of our favorite girls. We called you. Did I say that wrong? I said you're from the girl from the island of enchantment.
La Isla del Encanto is definitely what Puerto Rico is known as, rather. And so, yes, I think you're completely right in that. I wasn't born in Puerto Rico, but my family, both of my parents were born and pretty much raised in Puerto Rico until they were young teenagers or whatever, until they came over to New York. So I'm like officially a New Yorican. So, but yeah, I definitely claim the island.
You
It's
claimed
mine.
so. Do you think of yourself as a Boricua, the island of Borinquen? Do you
I
you
do.
claim it? Nice.
I do very much so. Very proud of my Puerto Rican background and heritage. I think I'm sure you also, I'm sure you feel the same way a little bit. I think that that beautiful blend that we have of, maybe growing up in one area, but being from, and having all of that background and that culture and that history and the stories and the food and and the music of where we come from is just a privilege. It's wonderful.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely I empathize because as I've told you in the past, and maybe the founders remember that when people ask me what part of Mexico were you born in, and I say California, it's a joke, and it's not so much a joke because California was part of Mexico at one time. But yeah, I definitely did not grow up in Mexico proper, but I definitely feel my roots. And today, that's what we're kind of talking about is our roots and our heritage. And it's okay to like other kinds of music. Am I? I mean, am I alone, or do you? How do you feel about that?
Oh no, I like all kinds. I'm definitely eclectic. I think I talked about that the last time I was with you. Is that my taste is definitely eclectic. I'm probably squarely a little old-fashioned though. So, I'm a lot of my Spanish love. Like the music that I really love
Hmm.
in Spanish is older. And again, maybe you've had a similar experience growing up, but like it's the music that I grew up listening to in my house, and back in like the 70s, and when my father was playing his favorite songs and my mother was playing her songs, and those are the songs, and my titis and the people that I grew up around, like that's the music that I grew up loving. And so today I'm still kind of hung on to that stuff. But yeah, in general, I like everything. I love rock, and I like, classic rock particularly. I love pop music. I love everything. You name it.
And we can tell that you're a person of very well rounded. You've broadened your horizons. We can tell that. Your voice is hard to place in that it's not just it's not only twangy and country
Mm,
and only oldies and oldie Latin.
sure.
You really varied. Your roots have spread far, and we can hear it. We feel it. You're actually one of my mom's favorite singers. And look, how
What?
perfect is that? Estela Castro. Happy to see you, Lisa, la belleza presente, with your beautiful voice. That's funny. Right as I'm talking
Who's
about
that?
my mom
Your
pops up. That was
mom?
my mom.
Mom?
Yeah.
Mommy, thank you. That's so sweet. I think Los, I really appreciate the feedback. I am, somebody that's just been around music my whole life, and it hasn't been my chosen career or anything. But I think that when I love the song, and again, we probably talked about this last time, like when you love something, when you like what it's saying, when it really resonates with you, then I think that then you can embody that, a little bit better when you're singing it. I've seen you do it, for sure. Like you put on that total rock star voice when you're doing a journey,
Right. Right.
when
Right.
you're doing a mariachi song. I mean, you're killing it, with all the styles. So I think we all have the ability to like embody whatever beautiful piece of music at the moment you
I like
are
that.
like carrying, it's like you're, I don't know what's the right word. I don't know what the right word is. It's like we're carrying it to the audience. We're carrying it to another person,
Mm.
and we're, yeah,
I
that's
like
what we do.
that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're being authentic, but at the same time you're wearing the right outfit for the right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I like that. Yeah, definitely wearing the right outfit.
That's awesome. Well, you've got a lot of fans here today. They're all commenting about you. Sandra is saying, "I love my Bermudian roots." So there's other people that empathize with you. Algenia says, "International brotherhood, yes, like Texas is Mexico." Millie G is in the house. Hey, Millie, isn't that somebody that's in your neck of the woods?
She
Right.
is. She's a really good friend from the area, right from our area that we've sung with here locally for probably more than 20 years.
That's awesome. Well,
Yes.
hello and
Welcome,
welcome,
Millie.
Millie
Miss
Gomez.
you.
Yeah, and Shirley, this is Furia. If I didn't hold her up enough, this is Furia. We uh, back in the day when I was with Los and Found, I had a little trio, and whenever I would bring her out, she had some issues, intonation issues. I bought her used, and so she needed some work, and so I would get a little frustrated. I love this sound, but I would get frustrated, and every time I picked her up, my drummer would ask my bass player, what's wrong with Lowe's? Did we do something wrong? He's always angry when he picks up the guitar. So he thought it was something they were doing, but really it was she was upsetting me. And my wife overheard them, Marjorie, and she said, "That's too funny." She's laughing, and she goes, "You ought to change her name to the Fury." So and she helped me design it, and so my late wife, and so they become Furia Azul, and now everybody just Furia. They just call her Furia. But for the record, my drummer, you guys met him, D Set. He's hey D. He moved to Austin, Texas. He got a great job over there. He and his whole family moved away. We miss you, D.
We
We still
miss
think about
you.
you. Yeah, we do. We
You
miss him.
belong like somewhere, like for probably over my head somewhere.
I know, and he did tell me. So, anyways, so he kind of, in an indirect way, named Furia, but it again going back to our roots, we dream of sounding a certain way, but we have to have different tools that make us sound authentic, right? So,
Absolutely.
what? How has your heritage, your friends, your family, has that changed your musical experience, and in what way, if it has?
Um, I don't know that it has. I've been like very stubborn about what about what I like and what I love. I think
I
that
like that.
the young people, now that you know, being around my nephews and kind of this next generation, I think that they expose you to things that are new, that are still, that are worthwhile.
Hmm.
Absolutely, I'm not. Ridiculous enough to say that nothing good is being made nowadays. I don't think that that all
Right.
the good stuff is behind us. I think that there are some artists, today that are definitely worthwhile. So I probably have been guided a little bit, in the newer stuff by my nephews, my precious nephews and niece. But in general, I've been pretty stubborn about what I love. And lately it's so interesting though because I recently did a Latin show, and so I was required to sing some Spanish songs, which is not in my wheelhouse at all. And it
Interesting.
forced me to do a little bit of research and like really expand my mind into the Latin songs of the past and the present and everything. And I think that that's been I've been on a little bit of a journey of trying to like understand and connect with Latin music,
Hmm.
and I'm so fascinated by how it's different in different, like it's all Latin music, right? I'm from Puerto Rico, you're from Mexico. You know, we're not the same. We're not the same culture background, and our music is not the same at all. And if you go to Argentina, if you go to Cuba, if you go to any of the Latin American countries, we can't all be lumped together into one thing.
Right.
And so those things that influence, the music and that
Sure.
makes it unique and special
Sure.
is so fascinating to me. I've been like looking at that lately. Like why is Puerto Rico all about the drums? And
Mm.
it's like so heavy bongo, so heavy with drums. Like that's what really drives it. Well,
Right.
it's our background. It's such an African based,
Afrocentric. Very
yeah,
Afrocentric.
super
Yeah.
Afrocentric culture. And Mexico is different. I don't know much about what's the background of Mexican music, what's all the horns about, and the
Right.
and the big voices. Like it's amazing.
The huge voices. Yeah, well, there are some Afrocentric, like if you go to the Yucatan Peninsula. So I grew up listening to Bobby Sanabria is one of my favorite teachers. He's a New Yorican, straight up New Yorican, and he teaches about he likes to put all of the commonalities of the percussion. He's a percussion teacher, so the commonalities. You go to Yucatan Peninsula and you hear wapango, the what do you call it, the Angolese drum rhythms. You go to Brazil, uh, like if you go to New Orleans or Cuba, you hear the carnaval sound. You hear a lot of the Afrocentric, and then you go to Puerto Rico. I listened to a lot of bomba and plena when I was young, so I know about those Afrocentric. I don't know a lot about it, but it definitely blood calls blood, and those drums they just like they get your blood pumping, and so I see
For
what you
sure.
mean. You're making a really powerful statement, and Algenia is always talking about it. Shirley's always talking about it. Some of our founders they have a highly discriminating taste. They understand and they love and they embrace
Hmm.
the authentic and the new. So we're happy and proud to have you on the show because we know
Oh,
that
thank
you
you.
also have done that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you. Everything good?
Yeah,
I see that you're growing the founded group,
yeah,
which is
the founders are
fantastic. So
absolutely. Yeah, we're like on
that's
Facebook. I
good.
think we're like at 1,090, and the Lounge of Sound is
Wow.
growing. We have our own little group, and it's growing every day. We got like 5, 6 new people. So hello and thank you, Foundeds, for making that possible. Um, Other than needing a haircut really bad, I've got so much product just to weigh it down because it's that
Oh, I get
thick
that.
Mexican
I
blood that I get
understand.
from my mom. Other than that, and I'm nursing a cold, I think, some kind of. I never get colds.
Mm.
We have a show tomorrow for KMR Place Live. I'm going to be
Uh-huh.
hosting that. You're going to be part of it. That's why
Yep.
you're here. We're promoting that show. But
Mm-hmm.
we thought today we're going to do a lot of Latin tomorrow. Today, let's just have some fun. Let's unwind. Let's
Mm.
catch up. So thanks for asking. So how about you? Health
Yeah.
wise, everybody okay? You doing okay?
Yeah, everybody's been, thank goodness, everybody has been really good in the family. We've been, yeah, everybody has been fine. And so, those who tune into KMR tomorrow will also see my sister. She's going to be there as well. So,
Yay.
yay.
Well, I'm glad
It'll be
she
fun.
feels better.
Yeah.
Not unpacking that, but yeah, we've
Mhm.
all have dealing with some health issues and stuff.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be a trooper, and I know she's gonna
I
kill it.
agree. I agree. It's so funny. I been, I think that all of us have been struggling with feeling whatever, a certain kind of way. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's dealing with like trying to stay up and confident and happy and everything. And I've been like practicing this one song like on repeat, and it's so positive and it's so like don't be down, be happy,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
just stay really focused and positive and everything's really going to be okay. And so
Hmm.
it's like we talked about last time, that music is so influential
Yeah,
and it makes us feel better
right.
when we
Now, what song would this be? And are you
Ooh.
playing it? What?
It's on the slate for tomorrow, but I don't mind doing a little sneak
Oh,
preview.
okay. Up
And
to
it's
you.
so
Up to
funny,
you.
you actually triggered me thinking it wasn't on my mind, but you said the word carnival.
Uh huh.
and so
Oh,
and
okay.
so the song is Carnaval, by Celia Cruz.
Celia Cruz,
Yeah.
la reina de la salsa. And I love Celia Cruz. I grew up thinking I was Cuban. My grandfather would say, This is good music. If you don't like it, you're an idiot. Do you like it? And I always said yes. But my cousins were too young and they would say no. And he was like, You're an idiot. So
It's so
let's.
funny. Today I was doing some research on her, and back in New York, because New York is where like the Fania All Stars,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like
Mm-hmm.
a big culture of like amazing Hispanic music that was coming out in the '60s, '50s, '60s, '70s, that came out, and there's all these pictures of the Fania All Stars, and Celia Cruz is the only woman, and I have like a whole question around how come men are like so, dominating in Latin music, but she was literally the only woman sitting in the middle of like 20 brilliant
Well,
singers.
I can't claim that. All I know is I have more women on this show as artists. So don't lump me in with those guys. They're Willie
No, no,
Chirino,
no.
Hector
I'm not.
Lavoe, all those guys. They're amazing guys, but you're right. I don't know why.
I don't think that it was like being exclusive. I just think that it is. There's something about that culture of Spanish music that has favored men historically, but women are making their way into it. They're doing good.
Okay. Well,
All right,
speaking
I
of,
can. Let
let's.
me see if I can. Let me know if you hear the music. Let's see. It's so fun.
All right. We're looking forward to it. All right.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
What?
Bump it.
And then you got to do the dance. You got to do like the.
Me?
Come on. Yeah.
Come on, found it.
Oh. Todo aquel que piense que la vida es desigual, tienen que saber que no es así, que la vida es una hermosura. Hay que vivirla. Todo aquel que piense que está solo y que está mal, tienen que saber que no es así, que en la vida no hay nadie solo. Siempre hay alguien, no hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval y es más bello vivir cantando. No hay que llorar, la vida es un carnaval y las penas se van cantando. No hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval y es más bello vivir cantando. No hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval y las penas se van cantando. Come on, tell me that doesn't make you happier. It's Friday night. Todo aquel que piense que la vida siempre es cruel, tienen que saber que no es así, que tan solo hay momentos malos y todo pasa. Todo aquel que piense que esta nunca va a cambiar, tienen que saber que no es así, que mal tiempo, buena cara y todo cambia. Ay, no hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval y es más bello vivir cantando. Ay, no hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval y las penas se van cantando. Ay, no hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval y es más bello vivir cantando. Ay, no hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval y las penas se van cantando. Es para reír, para gozar, para disfrutar. La vida es eterna, todos podemos cantar. Ay, señores, todos que piensen que la vida es cruel, nunca están solos, Dios está con él. All right, I'm going to turn it down then. All right. What do you think? Was that fun?
Oh yeah, we could have actually turned it up. I'm telling you, we should have.
Really?
We should have.
Need more volume?
We should have
Let
just
me
like
know.
bumped it up.
Okay, good to know. Good show.
Yeah,
You sound great there.
that would have been awesome. Dude, it's too bad we got latency issues with the YouTube thing. Someday
I'm so
we're gonna-
sorry. Why?
Yeah, Millie Gomez is like, Wepa, I know.
Hey, Millie.
¿Verdad que sí? Wepa.
I'm sorry about the issues. I
Oh,
don't know what I'm doing
no.
wrong.
Hey, we're good. We're good. All I know is I'm seeing fires and roses
Woohoo,
and,
yeah.
and claps and dancing emojis and all that coming up on the screen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think songs like that like talk about that everything really is, like it's gonna be okay. Like we just have to enjoy our music, like keep singing, and and don't stay like in a negative place. Like that is definitely something I've been trying to adopt.
Right.
And it's working. It's helping.
It is working because every time I see you and your sister, you guys are smiling. Can we take a lesson in smiling from you guys? What do you guys do? How do you is this spectacular, engaging smile? How do we do this? The founders have asked me how do they keep that smile? What is it? Is there a
There
trick?
is literally no secret. You just have to be happy and you have to be like genuine and you can't be afraid. I think that a lot of people are afraid to to like whatever, show their teeth, show their mouth, whatever. Like I have crooked teeth or whatever. I'm just gonna smile. I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm not gonna let that hold me back. So just be genuine, be yourself.
So no pursed lips, no doing that. We just gotta
No.
just right. And the funny thing is, hey, what's up, Maestro? He says, what's up, Liz found it's my Latino family. Yeah, actually in singing, am I right? If we want a brighter sound, you smile and it sounds different.
You're
Am I
so right. Yeah. As opposed to like mouth wide open, as opposed to mouth, and tongue placement, like everything is really important in how the sound comes out.
Right. Right. Yeah. So when you smile and your notes get brighter, it's like as if you say carnaval, carnaval, it got brighter. Carnaval,
Carnaval.
carnaval.
Yeah.
It actually opens
Carnaval.
up in a different way.
Carnaval.
Yeah, carnaval.
Yeah.
The, the 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 muscles help the projection of that, man. So it says smile with your voice. Millie G knows because Millie G's a singer, so she knows.
Yes.
She knows a thing or two.
Millie G is for real a singer, band singer. She's been in the business for a long time.
Ah, that's awesome. And Maestro, he was a bass player, so he knows a lot of the folks in the Foundits. They know they bring authentic, and so you guys, I don't know if the word is force because that sounds negative. Although it's moving forward, right? You keep moving forward, and we keep it positive, smiling, no fear. I mean, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Lisa. I read once that there's love and there's fear, and the two start wars and end wars, right? One of them starts wars, that's fear, and the one that stops wars is love, right? What is it? First John 4:18, my favorite scripture. And so yeah, when we have that ability to smile despite adversities, that's an amazing trait to have,
You're
right?
so right. You know, and I've heard it said as well with those two things, fear and love, that they actually can't coexist. And so they kind of cancel each other out. And I know, like, if I were to just think about all the fear I have whenever I'm going to sing, you know, I have like so much fear at first. And then
Right.
when you're starting to do it and you're hearing the music and you hear and the words are like speaking to your soul and you're enjoying it, and then if you have an audience and they're responding to it, the love takes over. And then
Nice.
you just feel that, and all the fear goes away. And I think it's like that just in life in general. I think that fear and love don't coexist.
So tomorrow, when we do KMR, are you do you have a theme when you are? We were talking. South Flores and I were talking about getting ready for shows. Do you? How do you approach that with your song selections? Sorry.
That's so this one we were given a theme, right? So we were given Latin music. I deliberately tried to keep the selection eclectic enough so that it would hopefully appeal to everyone. So, you know, I have some songs in my set list that are English, you know, with a Spanish like background to them, and I have some that are purely Spanish, like the one I just did, that I think is like super recognizable, and I think that people will enjoy that. But in the end, all of the songs that I select, I have to love them. I have to really like them, and they have to, you know, they have to be something that I enjoy, that I do enjoy singing. So that's a big part of the thought. I usually will, and I don't know if you do this too, but I usually like put together like I start with like a much larger list, you know, and then just cull it down to, yeah, you just kind of like keep working at it, and you figure out like which ones am I most comfortable with, and which ones are I think are going to resonate with this particular audience.
Got it. Do you pick them according to the composer, the artist, the lyrics, the music? Does anything factor into that?
No, no, I think, I mean, I definitely have some artists that I love. There's no question. And so I might have like a number of songs that are by particular artists that I might always might be my go-to because the style is right, the writing's good or whatever. But yeah, I don't go, you know, into like a particular, like one genre, one style, one type of voice, one anything.
Got it. Well, we're gonna need to play a little music because we don't want to lose any of our
Yeah.
found its. I'm gonna play us something a little mellow and breezy. If you want to have a little sip of water or tea, because I know you're kind of nursing a little something, kind of like I am.
Yeah.
We're not copying out on you guys. We're still going on with the show, but we're definitely saving our voices for tomorrow. So you're gonna have to peek in or sneak in or come in to and tomorrow on KMR Place Live. You put it on your YouTube, search KMR Place Live, or go to loscastromusic.com and get the link there. Or what else can you do? Yeah, either try to get in through Zoom, and if it caps out because there's only so many people that can fit, you can always watch it here on YouTube.
Yeah, on
Okay?
YouTube, no problem. And I'm gonna get my hot beverage, and then I'm gonna come back with one of my favorite crossover artists.
All right. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, get your hot beverage. I'm going to buy you a little time.
All
We're going
right.
to play something mellow and breezy. All right?
Sounds good.
Hang on, Founders.
Okay. All right.
That's how we like our Fridays here on a Sonic Safari at the Lounge of Sound. We like to chill, relax, and enjoy the evening. If you've got your favorite drink or favorite beverage or favorite. Wait, I just said the same thing. Our favorite beverage and a favorite snack, just bring it on over and let's all feel mellow and nice. Don't let anybody harsh your mellow here on the Lounge of Sound. And we've got. Oh, you've got something nice and hot there. It's a nice looking cup.
It should be tea, but it's always coffee.
It's always coffee. Well, you know
I am
what?
Puerto Rican.
Look, listen. Here's the Mexican in me got coffee, and the vocalist in me has ginger tea with honey.
There you go. See, well behaved.
Caliente, just like you. Caliente, caliente. All we need is it needs to be hot, just like our music. It's got to be hot.
By the way, that piece was beautiful. What was that?
It's just something called Mellow and Breezy. That it's a smooth jazz track from Elite Backing Tracks, and you can find them here. What a great segue here on Bandcamp. Just look it up. Look for Smooth Jazz Elite Backing Tracks, Mellow and Breezy. So I'm glad you liked it. So
It was beautiful.
Like to
it
give
was
them
mellow
a
and
listen.
breezy. It was just like it was called. It's perfect.
Yeah, and we kind of like to offset the energy because you bring the heat. Now, where do you stand with that? You like your tracks to be on the cool side or on the hot side? How do you roll?
I don't know how to think about that. I'm trying to like actually assign like heat or cold to a voice, and I'm having a hard time right now. I'm thinking maybe like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I tend towards the warmer vocals. I just think of the rich, deeper, kind of like vocal that's kind of what I love. But I'm not, I don't know. I don't know how to
Okay,
answer
well,
that.
why don't you give us a little sample of a little bit of
Okay.
the, is it hot? Is it cold? Found it? Let us know if you think it's hot or cold, if it's cool or hot. Just go ahead, do your thing, show us your
Maybe
song.
it's cool, like a cool spring day, or it's or it's not. This one, so last time I was here, I sang a Linda Ronstadt song, and she's got to be one of my favorite crossover artists.
Me too.
She is Mexican descent, and I think people didn't realize that when she came out as like a rocker, back in the day in the 70s, and then later on she really came into that that voice, and she was incredible in mariachi, in that traditional music. She was so
Eso es
beautiful.
todo. Yeah, I love it. I'm like her. I did not discover mariachi singing. I've been singing mariachi, if you can call it that, for the last 3 months, I think 2 months, really serious. So I'm kind of like her, that you were late to the party, but then she brought it. Bring it, sis. Go ahead, bring it.
She's so beautiful. She's really, really beautiful, and her voice was just amazing. But of course, I like her. I've loved her English songs. So I thought I'd bring Blue Bayou, which is a kind of warm. I don't know. You guys tell me. I can't see the comments, but I'm gonna sing it. You tell
Okay,
me.
I'll let you know. I can read the
All
comments
right.
from here.
Let me know. And hopefully the balance is better on the music now. I'm gonna try this out.
Okay, bring it hot,
All right.
but don't force yourself.
We'll see.
I'm gonna leave the stage to you.
Oh, sorry. I totally missed my thing. I was trying to double check the volume. 1 second. Retake.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the stage to you. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Feels
So bad I got a worried mind. I'm so lonesome all the time. Since I left my baby behind on Blue Bayou. Saving nickels, saving dimes. Working till the sun don't shine. Looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine on Blue Bayou, where those fishing boats with the sails afloat, if I could only see that familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. Wanna see my baby again, and I'll be with some of my friends. Maybe I'll feel better again on Blue Bayou. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun won't shine. Looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine on Blue Bayou, where those fishing boats with their sails afloat, if I could only see that familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. There's a nice place for a low solo.
Don't want to mess you up.
Oh, that boy of mine by my side, the silver moon and the evening tide. Oh, some sweet day gonna take away this hurting inside. Well, I'll never be blue, my dreams come true on Blue Bayou.
Yeah, I didn't want to take a chance. You were singing so beautifully. You didn't want to, that latency issue that we have with YouTube. One of these days we'll get it right. But that wasn't that beautiful. Just Millie says smooth and breezy. Sandra Brooks is clapping. And Shirley, okay, so they're saying that it's hot. I thought it was cool.
Hot.
I thought on that one it was a
Oh,
little
yeah, right?
cool.
Feels like breeze, like a
Classic songs do that for us, don't they? They bring
think they
nostalgia
take
and
you
it's
back.
breezy and it's just. But sometimes it can be hot, and that's what we like about music is that it has a way of. You and I and your sister had a conversation one time that you can convey a certain feeling. You can almost control the story, the narrative. That's what we were calling it, the narrative, right? Do you like to have a little narrative, like when you have
I do.
a certain story arc as you sing your songs, your set?
I think so, and I think that that's one of the things that that like Latin American music as well as country actually
Hmm.
they kind of like really excel at storytelling. I think that some beautiful stories are found in music, and I think that's why I like I really have to love and fall in love with the song. I also fall in love with the story. And I
Mm.
often think about a time in my life, either that I heard that and that the song felt important to me at the time, or that it's telling part of like maybe my story. How about you?
Yeah, I definitely. You're right. I first of all, I have to. I go somewhere. I don't know where I learned this. Now that I'm taking advanced vocalizing, they tell you, the teachers tell you, you need to go somewhere, so that you can convey the story. You know, the emotion, because sometimes you're not going through that emotion at that moment. You're not going through a
Mm.
heartbreak or whatever, but you want to be able to convey that. So yeah, you
Hmm.
kind of have a story arc that in a way that you can convey it in an authentic way. Perhaps you you briefly revisit a certain feeling, or disappointment, because it's about love and loss, like on this song, Blue Bayou, or
Yeah.
the elements of nostalgia and melancholy.
Hmm.
One goes back and one goes forward. Melancholy, you're looking forward, wondering what's it going to be like. You're yearning, as opposed to, you're remembering the past,
Right.
the good old days or whatever, right? So.
I have a question for you as a musician then. That sparks for me.
Hmm.
I know how I can use my voice to do that,
Hmm.
to infuse emotion and everything. But how does a musician, when you're playing your guitar
Hmm.
or another musician, how do they infuse that? Because I know that I have heard music pieces that have no voice that make you feel a certain kind of way. It can totally like make you feel light and bright and breezy, or it can make you feel like
Right.
dark and heavy and emotional.
Well, that's the thing is, that's like in this case, this is guitar has different pickups, and one will be darker and deeper. Let me see if I can, and then brighter, right? So in my case, I play with the intensity, softer, lighter, light line shade, kind of like when somebody's painting. You have broad strokes convey more heaviness, and lighter strokes convey more detail, right? So like right now, I'll do a song, a classic song, if you want to show the point. But we musicians, we wish we were. A lot of times, my guitar wishes it was you. For example, your voice. Women tend to have more of a gentle, tender approach to singing. So some of my guitars, they sound thicker, like an Aretha Franklin, and some of them sound wispier and more sultry, like Sade. There's different light and shade in those voices, and they convey a different kind of a yearning or intensity, right? Like
Yeah, I think your guitar doesn't have to be jealous because I think it does it. I think it really does. I can't wait to hear what you're gonna, how you're gonna demonstrate that and prove it to yourself. Just now, what you
right.
just said is
So
not true.
let's try that. I've not tried this. This is "Let's Stay Together." It's an old Al Green song. You guys know it. And so I'll try to convey the different lights and shade, a heavier tone or a lighter tone, and see if we can convey some of that wispiness. Al Green had a way of less, he's asking a question. Why can't nobody stay together anymore? What? Let's stay together, right? So we want to see if we guitar, if Furia can do that. Her job is not as silky smooth as, for example, Fiamma, but let's see how it
Let's
works.
see.
So like right there, if you notice, it got deeper and heavier, and then it got lighter and more. If whenever it gets lighter, it sounds more nostalgic, and when it gets deeper, it's more frustrated. So yeah, that's I think that's how we musicians try to do it. Sax players, I tend to think of them or a female voice. You know that good old bad. You know, if you imagine that insistency that Otis Redding had, or
Hmm.
let's stay together. That wispiness, you know. And it's funny how different voices will convey that. If you had a Michael McDonald, let's stay together, right? He still does that, but it's not as insistent. It's not
Hmm.
as
That's the word. Like I was the word like longing came to me because in that song, like there's parts of the song where he's like, yeah, I'm in love with you, I'm in love with you, and then when he's saying like let's stay together, like that he's the word longing came to mind. It was like he is persistent. He really wants that, and I thought the guitars did a beautiful job of showing that.
oh well, that's very nice of you to say that. Yeah, we
It
definitely
was nice.
yeah we definitely I want to say that the goal of a musician is to convey the emotional value that
Hmm.
that a singer can convey because we can never get as do I dare I say acrobatic or as emotional or as personal. That's the word. Yeah, as personal as a singer
I
does.
think like the thing that the singer has on the instrument is the words, the lyrics. So, so like you not only have the beautiful emotion that the sound is providing, but then those words that are, that can also bring emotion. So it's just stacking the possibilities when you add on a voice. But I still think that was really beautiful. You did a nice job.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, I never tried it, so there's she wasn't as fluid as with other songs, but I just thought that song has the light and shade. Where he's asking a question. It's romantic, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, it's a little bit like tentative. It's like why can't we stay together? I want to stay together, but why can't we? It's there's that the again we were talking about the push and pull of love and fear.
I think that the songs that are about love are by far, they're just they can be so powerful, and just going back to Latin music, I think that's one area that like Latin music can really excel in, in really conveying that between the beautiful words in Spanish, maybe the way they're saying things, the way they're emoting it, and usually some amazing powerful voices and along with beautiful music. I think that combination is really amazing. I came across a song that I hadn't heard in a long time. I hadn't heard this song since like the 70s, and lately when I was listening to more Latin music, it came to mind, and and it's called Amor Amor, and it's just like, and it's a love song. It was from Spain singer, who was she identified like gypsy Spain,
Oh
and so
wow.
her voice was really beautiful. It was Lolita Flores, who was the daughter of Lola Flores, who's a very old singer. But I think that is just, you want to talk about like a hot like sound,
Yeah.
it's really, really beautiful. I'm not doing that tomorrow night. I can do it.
Do it.
I can, we'll see.
You should do it. You should do it. Tell you what,
See.
if you do that, I'll consider singing one song tonight. And right now, you said
Oh,
Spanish. I'll sing a Mexican song that has a Spanish flair.
ooh.
But yeah, please do. Could you?
Okay.
I've been really curious about Lolita. I've not heard that.
She's
What's that? 60s, 70s? That's a while.
She was, yeah, she made this was actually the first song that she hit the charts with, and it came out like in the mid 70s, so
Yeah.
probably like 75 around there. And I was real time falling in love with it. I had an older aunt who really loved this album, and so she made me totally fall in love with this song.
Great.
Let's see, let me make sure that my background volume's up because you really need.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
Them flamenco, them gypsies, man, they got powerful
that
voices.
you should see her perform it. Like if you love the song, you should go YouTube it
Okay.
because her performance is so beautiful.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna do it some
Well,
justice. Found it.
we'll see. This one's interesting. You'll it's very Spanish.
Awesome. Okay, show us some love. Come on,
All right.
come on, Found it.
Amor, 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 amor. Quisiera detener ahora el tiempo por estarme contigo, siempre sintiendo como me siento ahora. Nunca he sentido, me hace soñar despierta, me siento niña. Amor, 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 amor. Cuando miro tus ojos, azul de cielo, es nácar tu sonrisa, trigo es tu pelo, te veo amanecer en tu semblante, no quiero separarme de ti un instante. Amor, 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 amor. Yo estoy enloqueciendo, ay, quiero eso, vivir de tus caricias y con tus besos, porque estando contigo es todo tan hermoso que me siento feliz con verte a ti dichoso. Amor, 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 amor.
Wow. That was very different. That was
It's different, right?
yeah, the melody is not what you typically hear today. Everything now is just kind of stays in this melodic, da 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 da, right, da 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 da
Yeah.
da, and that da 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 da, it's just got this roller coaster of emotion that you
Yeah,
feel.
it's very Spanish. It feels very like Spanish. It makes you want to have maracas and and like a big dress and like, it's so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Well, well, let me take a little sip of tea, and I'll make good with my promise.
better do it. Let's see.
I mean, but how do you follow that?
Oh,
How do you
very,
follow
very well, very
that?
easily. You're
All
gonna
right.
be fine.
This is again where you said 70s, so I thought, what song do I have from the 70s that's Mexican and has a Spanish feel? Not Mexican, but a Spanish feel. And since I play guitar, esa triste guitarra. Here we go. Si ves una flor marchitada en el suelo, es mi corazón que se muere de celos. Aquel gorrión que suspira en el árbol, es mi alma que llora si no le haces caso. Si ves por el cielo una blanca paloma, es mi vida y mi voz que te van a decir lo que yo te quiero. Esa triste guitarra que suena y suena solo en la noche, es mi voz que te dice no me abandones, no me abandones. Esa triste guitarra que llora y llora mientras tú duermes, es mi alma que quiere volver a verte, volver a verte. A little bit of guitar. Si un día la lluvia acaricia tu cuerpo, no es agua mi amor, son tan solo mis besos. Si el sol en la calle calienta tu cara, son rayos de amor que me salen del alma. Si el aire una tarde alborota tu pelo, no es el viento, soy yo que quisiera vivir en tu pensamiento. Esa triste guitarra que suena y suena solo en la noche, es mi voz que te dice no me abandones, no me abandones. Esa triste guitarra que llora y llora mientras tú duermes, es mi alma que quiere volver a verte, volver a verte. Esa triste guitarra que suena y suena solo en la noche, es mi voz que te dice no me abandones, no me abandones. Esa triste guitarra que llora y llora mientras tú duermes, es mi alma que quiere volver a verte, volver a verte.
the crowd is going wild. You can just only hear me.
Oh, come on. We're all going wild for the songs that you're picking are very different, very varied, very varied, and very
Very, very.
melodic. And we're very grateful that you're bringing these beautiful songs to us. What a treat this is, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you. I really enjoyed that song that you sang, and it was a great example of how, like, even people who don't speak English, don't speak Spanish, maybe, like, they would probably still get that feeling from your voice that was sad. You were like, you were showing the tears, and it was really good. Good job.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful performance.
It's a universal theme, isn't it? To just say, this beautiful guitar, when it cries alone at night, when it's playing for you, it misses you. Those are universal themes. It's not talking about a cell phone or a fax machine or
Yeah,
or something like that that's dated, or
completely.
a train. These. Whenever I learned in a songwriting clinic that is like anytime you use technology, it's gonna be passe very quickly. But
Mm,
love and loss, yearning,
for sure.
forgiveness, qualities of the human spirit, like the songs that you sing, "Blue Bayou." I mean, those are timeless songs, right?
I thought of a song that might come across cool, and I wonder if it's because like the origin is very like European, kind of like Northern European. It was I don't think I've done it here before, but
Okay.
it's by Basha, who is like I
I
think
love Baja.
like what is she, like Czechoslovakian or something like that, like
Oh,
but she's like a kind of like a Northern European, and the sound is very like that. And even though the I don't know. I just think that like it it sounds cool to me. Like when I think about like the tone of the song. And so anyway,
that's
that's
funny because with a name like Baja, I always thought she was like Portuguese, Brazilian, something like that. I don't know.
no. I think that I could completely be wrong.
May
And somebody
I wouldn't know.
in the comments that I can't see can definitely set us straight. But I want to say that she's got like that. Oh, you're gonna check it now.
I'll check it. Why not?
You're gonna fact check me. Please fact check me
No,
because
it's
I'm
not
not
about
being
that.
wrong.
It's just now I know I'm gonna have it in my mind. I'm supposed to be a musician. How come I don't know this?
No, I mean it's not like she's a recent. It's not like we've been talking about her in recent
So she's
years.
Canadian, but I don't know. Oh,
Canadian,
you're right. She's a Polish singer-songwriter and recording artist noted for her
Polish.
Latin-inspired jazz pop music. She
So
began singing
Poland,
professionally in various Polish bands from the late
Polish.
60s throughout the 70s. What? Is that?
Yeah,
No, that can't be her. Yes.
yeah, that's her.
Polish singer-songwriter Baja.
Yeah,
Wow.
and she's got like that, almost like a little accent when she sings. And it's to me, it sounds kind of like a little. It's just got that little bit of like an Eastern European sound
Wow.
to
You
her.
just schooled me and the
I just
foundits.
hey,
Thanks for that.
no
Appreciate it.
worries, anytime, anytime you can count on me.
And you're like, are you going to check me?
No, you're welcome to fact check me because I'm like I talk like I know what I'm talking about half the
No,
time.
you do sound.
Always,
You
you
sound
should
like you
always
know.
check me. She's got one of my favorite. I don't know how we're doing on time, but she's got one of
We're
my favorite
fine.
songs,
This
"Time
is
and
your
Tide."
show. We go
Oh,
over, we go over. I don't care.
oh,
This
I
is
don't
your
know.
show.
People probably need to go home, but or maybe they
They
are
are
home.
home.
Hopefully,
Some
you're having wine and not just like lukewarm coffee.
right. I know. I gotta go get mine. All right. I'm gonna leave you to the stage again, but enjoy. Found it. Isn't she wonderful? Let's see them ones and them fives in the chat. Just
Oh my gosh!
you got the stage.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this song "Time and Tide." I'm not sure about this version. We'll see. I'm kind of winging it here. Hold on. I love this song. Oh, am I connected? Yeah, it's hard for me to stop my heart. Love never knows when the time is right. I don't want to hurt anybody, but can't help loving you. I never felt like this before. I know this is special. its course. It's the only thing for us to do. Ooh, we got time, oh baby, there's no rush. It will be a better day for us. Hang on, and I will wait for you. Our love will always stay as good as new. Not time and tide, nothing and no one can slow us down. For better, for worse, this time I'm sure it's gonna last. Yeah, yeah. How can I stop my heart? Love never knows when the time is right. I don't want to hurt anybody, don't want to make them cry. I don't want to make them cry. There's no rush, it will be a better day for us. Hang on, and I will wait for you. Our love will always stay as good as new. Yeah, it's a matter of time, only a matter of time. It's a matter of time and tide. Nothing and no one can slow us down. For better, for worse, this time I'm sure it's gonna last. It's gonna last forever. There's no rush, it will be a better day for us. Hang on, and I will wait for you. My love will always stay as good as new. Ooh, yeah, it'll be. Hang on, and I'll wait for you. Oh, oh baby, there's no rush. Longer than I thought it was at the end. A better day for us. Hang on, and I will wait for you. All right.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Thank
You know,
you.
you never flounder. You're like that little irrepressible flower that comes out
I am
past the
like
cement.
flounder.
Yeah, past the
Flounder.
cement. It's in New York. You go break through the cracks, and you're here. You don't flounder. You never do, and I love that.
Thank you.
You know,
I
we've
feel
been
like I'm like massively floundering all the time, but
nope,
thank you
nope,
for
nope.
saying so.
I know we've been on so many different events together. I always ask, hey, you guys know that. Whenever I'm in an event, they're like, Los, can you find something? I don't even need, I've got a long list, but it's like, there's certain voices that I need to hear on certain events. And it's like, okay, the Maldonado sisters, Maldonado McCaig, your sister, just for the record, they don't live in the same house. They don't, I'm sure they think you guys are Siamese twins or something.
She has a husband, therefore the McQuaig, the
McQuaig,
Scottish came
and then
into the
she's got her
family.
boys and all that stuff. She's got the
Yes.
puppy, and the, yeah. So, but you guys are known as the Maldonado sisters, separately and together, and we can't wait to hear you both perform tomorrow.
Yeah, looking
So,
forward to it.
absolutely,
It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to see what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna
It's gonna be good.
surprise.
It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna surprise myself and everybody else.
can't wait.
I think we're gonna do something a little different, but we're really enjoying having you here. So.
Oh, thank you. I'm enjoying being here. This is the best part of my week for sure.
Yeah, us too. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's like I always look forward to it. I'm like bragging to my friends. Guess who I've got on the lounge this
You're too
week?
sweet.
You know, it's like
You are
man,
so nice.
Yeah, yeah. I was like emailing and texting. Everybody's like, "You guys got to get over. You guys got to listen to this." Yeah, and I know you guys are all busy, but you guys can always catch the replay. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so now.
Like
At the
and subscribe,
yeah,
please.
bing bing, hit that little bell, and that way when we go live, you get the notification. You're like, okay, I can't miss Lisa. Not 1 second. I can't miss that voice. There you go. There you go.
Aw. Well,
So,
thank you.
well, it's
What else are you doing for us?
dealer's
Are you
choice.
done?
We can do one last song. So either I do it or you
It's
do it.
yours.
If you got a song,
I want to hear you. I want to hear music. I want to hear something wonderful.
all
Tell
right,
me.
we're
It's gonna
gonna.
make me want to go get a glass of wine and end the music and the night with
Okay.
with a good song.
All right, here we go. And that was our show this week. Ladies and gentlemen, founders from all around the world, we will see you here next Friday. Please be sure to check in Kmart Place live tomorrow. Just go to loscastromusic.com and find the code to get in. And if you cannot get in, again, search KMR Place live on your YouTube and see the wonderful songs from Lisa will be there, Sal Flores, little sister Unora McQuaig is going to be there, Kennedy Santos, Jorge Guzman, he goes by Jay Guzman, and Kevin Ritter, and yours truly will be there, and we'll be very happy to sing our hearts out for you because you guys make our day and you fill our hearts. Thanks so much for coming back, sis. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so
Awesome.
thank you so much for having
I
me.
saw you
It's been
pouring that
really
wine.
fun.
I saw you pouring that. What? No,
Oh
I
heck
got now.
yeah. It was the vibe was so good. I was like, I need
That's awesome.
forget the coffee.
Hey, I'm gonna end the stream and then we'll after party. See you guys.
Adios,
See you
everybody.
guys. Okay, bye. All right, we're off.